Right, so we have cleaned up all of these, so that is all fine. We need to clean up the wings right over here. Now there are several ways you can do that. Obviously, either have some of these are the, kind of jeweler file kind of thing. You can have those, or you can make your own ones, just with a little bit of sanding paper and a wooden stick. Or you can have some of these. These I got from UMP. You get these, they come in plates, they're around about 3 by 4 inches or a bit smaller. And you can cut them to whatever size you want. And then you can use them to sandpaper your stuff. Very handy. But as I say, there are many ways to skin that cat. Right. Let's move the camera a little bit over down that side so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Here we go. So this is now the 400 grit version here. So I'm just having a go at. Might be a bit light here. Let me just take the 400 again, smooth it out a bit. That should be fine. Right, and we do that with all of them. I think it's 6, if I remember correctly. And then we come to the next trick. We will have to have a look at how we're going to go about this. There's always that one here, over here. Always tries to be difficult. There we go. Right, so we go on with this and clean this up. This is probably as interesting as watching paint dry. So, we'll come back in a minute. We start to talk about something else. Now, if you look at the instructions, let's do that, you see that these go onto the frame. There's different screws, so they are, as far as I'm concerned, that would be pretty sensitive to the thickness of those little wooden and metal plates. So I would not prime and paint them beforehand, but kind of try to keep them together, which means we'll probably have to lock up our little box which we just worked on with our parts, put them to one side, and then go get the frame going. I think that will be the most important part. So then because the frame has kind of the thread where the screws go in, and that means that will be essential. So we are now looking at frame parts. Get the idea? Right. So let's cut some of the frame parts, or both frame parts. Clean those up. Here we go, number one. There we go, number two. There are a couple of parts which needs to be glued in, etc., etc. All terribly, terribly boring. So what I will do, I will go on with this, and then we will meet each other once all these parts are cleaned up, and we'll try to get this together as straight as possible. See you guys then. Right, I forgot to press start recording. Well, I have cleaned up the pieces here. I've put them all together. They all fit on very snugly, apart from this particular one, which was a bit on the loose side, but the rest very, very snugly. And I should show you something else here. Here we go. Put the rubber bands around it, and that should be perfect. And if
back in a couple of minutes, guys.
Put there, then you see that it is absolutely level. And if you just heard that somebody said it's back in a couple of minutes, then it is because I'm in the hangout here on the site. Recommend it. Always nice to hang out with fellow modelers. It's a live hangout. Just it's not live. It's just a hangout where people come together. Anyway, so that's where we are with the frame. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go and get all these parts together, the leaf springs, and we also can get to use this spanner and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it will be interesting. So once I've cleaned that all up, we'll meet again and we'll put it together and see what that's gonna look like. See you there. So here we are. Let's get a bit closer here. So you see here we have screws in. We've screwed these in. Screwed these in. According to the box art, this will all be. Geez, I lost something here. See that? I lost a nut. That's gonna drive me nuts. Anyway, I'm sure we'll find it again. Anyway, so that's what we did. That's where we are. So the next thing we're gonna do is the following. We are going to switch this off here. Why am I now? Oh, probably need to move this up. Can I move this up? Yeah. Just need to select it. Idiot. Here we go. So, next thing we need to do is we put this on. We glue these two together and put that on. Well, we put these two together, we put that on here. And then once we have done that, then we get to the interesting part and get all these things together. So let me do this quickly, and I'll see you as soon as I've done. I've been there, and we can glue the dampeners on. Right, so here we are. It starts now. Let me see, how does that work? Here we go. Right, so we start getting the screws out. I've got one out already. The screw they're asking for, the length of the screw is 10.7 millimeters. So that's why I have the ruler out. Doesn't exactly give me 10.7 millimeters, but it's between 10 and 11. So that's close enough for me. And then we need to do the following. Let's get back to the instruction sheet here. Right, now we need to see if we can get a bit closer. Here you go. We need to get this one on, which is the 17. 17 means it is where are my Where is my box with all the stuff here? Here we go. Right, the 17 is the one has this little hump here. You see this one? That is the 17. We have 6 of those. Not quite sure why we have 6, but yeah, 6 it is. So, and now let's have a look where these go. So there goes one. Then we have the plate, we have a normal one, we have the plate, normal one, we have the plate, normal one, plate, normal one. Then we have another normal round, it's a small round plate, and then we have the wing nut. And this all gets held together by screw 05, and the screw 05, as I said before, let's just have a look here, is this particular screw here, which is 10.7 millimeters in length. Here we go. Right, so this is my first take. If that works, great. If not, we obviously do a second take on the other side. Anyway, here we are. Right, so we take the screw out first. Let me put the instruction sheet away here so you don't need to see that. Close this up so I don't lose screws here. We don't want that. So we take that screw out, put it on here, one side. We close this up. Right, now, don't need to have the whole thing here, this will be enough. Now, the first one is the wing nut. So we have the wing nut here, and here what we will see is that it is not very cleanly drilled out. So we just take a little drill. Just take a little drill here. Sorry, I can't see. Let's shift the whole. Let's shift the whole thing up a little bit so you can see what I'm on about. Here we go. Right. Clean this up. Then, according to the instructions, the wing nut must be around this way. And we put the screw in here, and it is not exactly falling in here. I can tell you that for nothing, so that's already something to look out for. Even so I have drilled it out, it still is kind of just about going in here. Interesting. So this holds, there's a very, very tight tolerances. I think we need to go in with the drill again. It's a bit too tight, tolerances. That's very interesting. So that's good to know, something to look out for. Take our little drill here again. Here we go. Let's hope that helps us a little bit to get this screw in. It does help a little bit, and that's exactly what we want. So that's a very tight fit, it's probably good. Then we have a small, you see, it happened. I already popped my first piece on the floor. Here we go, I found it. I'm old school, I always have one of those here on the desk because and my old eyes can actually sometimes find stuff. Right, here we go. So we take one of these. They are slightly hollowly bent, and the hollow is on the outside, the higher part. Here we go. So we put that one on. Right, should I maybe find a way to have this a little bit more fixed? What do you think? Would that help? It might, huh? Here we go. Look at that. Not bad. So, put that. Yeah, everything is rusting. I'm living in Cape Town. We are surrounded by 2 oceans, and everything which can't run fast enough will rust immediately. So does this. That's fine, I had that for years, so we'll probably have to replace it some other day. Now we take one of these. You see, we also have those who do not have a bump on the other side, and I think that's the one which we need. That already means I could lose a millimeter here. Yeah, this is, you really need to have your wits together. That's probably where I'm losing out here. So which means this one is not going in here. Yay, another one fell on the ground. Here we go, found it. Here it is. Jeez. All not that easy if you take it doubled. All right, then we take this one in here. Then we take a normal double one here. Here we go. Then we take a plate in here. See, if they did their chock-up saws like that, that was some work. It really was. Take this one in here, which is our third one. We take another one of these flat plates. Then we take this one in here. Really, we are struggling here for space, but anyway, we are going to do it. We'll take this one in here. Then we take this one in here. Right, now we need to screw the screw in to see that we get a little bit of purchase on the other side. It is really, really very tightly set, I must tell you. Not for the faint of heart. Right, but we have them all together. We have them all together, and we have a bit of screw sticking out on the other side. Right, that's what we want. Now it goes onto here like that. Here we go, and I must go on to, where does it go? Oh, I just screwed it together. That's all I did. Right, let's go back. Let me show you what I'm on about. Go back to the instructions. Right. Now, here we go. So this is the screw we just used. We screwed all of this together, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere here. It just goes through there and that's it. Then we have a screw 14 and a screw 14, two screw 14s. Let's have a look what screw 14s mean. Screw 14 means the 8.7 millimeter fully threaded screw. Right. Let me find that for you. Right, let's have a look if this is more or less the right length. Could Mike lose this one? Yeah, close enough. Would be more 8.3 than 8.7. But yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Right, now, if we look at the instructions again, we can see that this goes through these two. Up here. So this screw goes through this two, and this screw, might not see the line, it's not very clear here. This screw goes down here and through the other three. Right. Well, let's see if we can get that right. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? So this one is down, this one is up, this one is down, this one is up, and this one is down. So there are 3 down and 2 up. So let's put this one on the 3 down. 3 down, I mean 3 are in line on that side and 2 are in line on that side. I'm sure you knew what I mean. I'm just making sure. Right, let me put me eyes back on again so I can see what I'm actually doing here. Yeah, this needs an intervention of the drill. So if you want to do that in advance and not wait till the last moment like I do, might be a good idea. Here we go. Right. Then take that minute screw that's through here. Let's see if we can screw it in so that it doesn't fall out. Here we go. I think we managed that. And the other screw goes through the 2 here on top. Let's do the drill bit intervention first again. Oh, we're having too much trouble here. That. Right, and then we put this one here. Screwdriver. If you're an old fart like me, don't even contemplate to do that without having your glasses on. Right, so this one goes then on top. So, if we look here, the top one goes here, the bottom one goes here. This is how I read it. Let's see if that would possibly work. So let's first put the top one on. I think it has taken, maybe not as straight as I wanted. So we can still manipulate it in a way. Of course, it's obviously metal on plastic, so you can strip this very, very quickly. So you really need to be a little bit careful here. So you don't want to go too harsh there, or you put the other one in, which just goes in there. So you want to have it now solidly in, but you don't want to overdo it, because otherwise you strip the plastic. And then you are really in trouble, because then you need to refill it and re-drill it. But I think I could have done worse. And bend it into position at the point. And then this whole thing looks like this. And I think that's pretty much how it's supposed to look. And I must tell you, I'm happy with that. Obviously we can do some final adjustments. But as a principle, let's just get everything out of the way so we can have a bit of a focus on here. I think that's not bad at all. Came out quite nicely. Right. And now you have to do the same thing on the other side without losing your mind. Once you have done that, then you have a good part of the front suspension done. Yes, I'm telling you that for nothing. That is quite something. So I think I will take this take. I will not take the second one where I already know what I'm doing, so you can see all the pitfalls. And I'll be back again once we have done the other side of the front suspension and we get to the next step. See you there.